Okay, with Anthony Spatafora, The Autonomy of Grief is the short film. It's a little bit of horror, a little bit of a drama. It's a film about grief. It's a film about trauma that this mother is dealing with. Really interesting film. You kind of using this genre to show this story. You wrote the script. I'm just curious where this idea comes from for you.
Well, when I made the story, I wrote it uh like my first year of college. Um, and the story kind of came from because around that time, my grandfather passed away. And so a lot of this film came from a lot of my past like family experiences. Both my grandfathers kind of had tragic events happen to them that led to their passings, and I saw how it affected my grandmother, both my grandmothers, and like even my parents too. But I kind of saw how like that kind of affected them, but even how they were able to like kind of bounce back from it.
Yeah,
And I kind of saw that like when you're kind of filled with a lot, when there's a lot of like despair, there's still like hope to
yeah.
continue moving on. And I kind of wanted to like make a film to express that and also in a way to kind of help me understand it a bit better. Since I worked on it for a while, I kind of like thought about this concept a lot, and I think I have a kind of a better relationship with death from working on the film.
And you could well obviously use the most traumatic situation where a mother loses her child, right? Where nothing can be more heartbreaking than that because it's not supposed to happen, right? So
Yeah.
the is supposed to go first. And then you live in the same house with someone. It's a great idea because you live in the same house. You cannot help but be haunted by the person who lived with you, right? All your life.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm just curious about like the setup of the like. You said you did it. Did you do this film at school? Did you
Yeah,
film it
this
at
this
school?
was my thesis film.
What school was it?
I went to Humber
Okay,
College. Yeah.
yeah. So we've shown a lot of films from Humber. They seem to be doing okay things. Is
Yeah.
Andrew Stevenson still teaching there?
I don't think so. I didn't have that prof.
Okay. So you this is your like your thesis film. Did you have to like pitch it to the class? I'm assuming not everybody got the direct to film.
Yeah, so the process, I'm not entirely a big fan of how a lot of colleges do this because it's like everyone has sort of a chance to make a movie, but then like if yours doesn't get picked, you kind of just have to
Be
like
part of the
live.
crew.
Yeah, you have to like yeah. And so often like a lot of people are just kind of like I mean, there's some people who spend the whole year kind of regretting or feeling like bad that they didn't get chosen, uh, which kind of sucks. And then, I mean, I was fortunate to get picked, but I think I kind of learned early on like what they were looking for and even like how to like get a story picked
So
in the first
you're
place.
strategic. You're a producer.
I would say a lot of it just came from learning from school,
Yeah.
and kind of seeing. But I knew that like you can't like really the thing I think I really learned was like you can't really beat around the bush on the idea. Like, because some people I would hear like pitches and it's like it would take them like more than a sentence for me to understand, but you
Yeah.
kind of just needed like cut it down, have the right words, and then I think that's one thing I've learned from school is like
What was your one line summary of this film?
a mother grieves the passing of her son and overcomes it or like is haunted by it
Yeah.
by her son. I can't remember the top of my head.
A mother grieving the death of her son while being haunted by his corpse.
Yeah.
That's what you have. That's a great line, right?
Yeah. I thought it was like pretty direct
Yeah. And you're
and
using that kind of that genre, right? The horror thriller genre to tell
Yeah.
this emotional story, right?
Yeah. My original, when I originally wrote the script, it didn't have any gore in it. And that's another thing. I kind of knew that if they saw that, they wouldn't choose it. Unless I did have the only gore, like I knew I wanted to show his face cut up from the crash. But I was like kind of inspired by The Fly, like the David
Oh,
Cronenberg
you're going way
movie.
back. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because I liked how in that movie he's like slowly becomes the
Yeah.
Fly, and I wanted it to be like she's like trying to like heal him from like rotting away, but obviously that's like kind of crazy. So the extent of it was just to have his ribs, and like I really fought for that because like I said, I didn't have that initially. So when I
Yeah.
got picked, originally there was actually supposed to be the mother's sister, and the mother's name was Cassandra. I'm sure that's in the credits. But so it was Cassandra's sister Antonella, but I cut it out because I wanted to focus just on her experience through it. But during that summer, I rewrote the script a bunch. Like had so many drafts. I think I had like over 15 drafts, different versions of the story, and then I settled on this, and yeah,
And you got it. So that in terms of like, because I know of this kind of situation where like there's people in your program who want to be an editor or want to be a cinematographer, for example. So they're doing the positions that they're doing on the film. So the key to your film, one would assume, is that it's one location, one performance, besides the performances, but it's your cinematographer. I'm assuming, right? Kind of collaborating with them.
yeah. My buddy Dre Della Penna, we've been friends like I mean since the beginning. I think he was like one of the first friends of mine, and we just bonded over films that we liked. And I remember like in the third year, before like we even did capstone, like our teachers were giving us the work, I told him my idea because I had written this story like a while ago, and I kind of been like I've been like sitting on it for a while amongst other things. I had a bunch of stuff I wanted to do, but I think that this one was like I wanted to say it, and I told him, and he was
Mhm.
really down, and we talked about like how we would do certain parts like way before uh like I had to actually start working on it. Um and like for me I can draw, so I drew a lot of it out before. I actually made a comic of the film before, and it was way bigger. I hope to like maybe show that someday. But yeah. So
Well,
I
you
think it
kind of
would,
have it in the
yeah.
film, right? Halfway through the film, you kind of have that image, that drawing.
Yeah, I have that was the thing too, because I wanted my art to be in the film somehow. And so I did a bunch of these watercolor paintings, and for like parts of the film that I thought like I really wanted to like really point out or like kind of make people like more aware of,
Yeah,
uh, and even depict in a way that kind of shed some more truth to it with color and stuff. Yeah, a lot of it is just like my art. Like even when we were shooting, I just had all the whole film drawn out, and I was just like showing my cinematographer, my friend Dre, like here, this is what I would want.
so okay, then in terms of like, did you guys story like you said you had a comic book, but did you storyboard things too for the set?
Yeah, I did like I got a dedicated I had one sketchbook, and that semester it was filled with drawings for the film, like concepts for like the ribs and drawings and other things like for the
Mhm.
kind of mood that I posted a lot of it on my the film's Instagram
Yeah,
for just to kind of, and even other artists that I liked other
that's
their
cool.
artwork on there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool and then like the location is key, right? Like this house,
Yeah.
the production design, there like even the kitchen and like kind of like even his house, like his home is like he's still got his clothes in his closet. Where did you shoot the film?
Actually, at the production designer's house, it worked out pretty well because I was like, "Oh, do you have this?" And he had it. And a lot of the time it was just easy because
So
yeah,
the parents must have been, I'm assuming it's the designer's parents, not her own
yeah.
their own home.
Yeah, my friend Craig Lynn, he was the production designer, and his parents were like really nice. We I don't think we did any damages, but they were like actually kind of helpful and like I really shout out to the Lin household. They were really great.
Yeah, that's well, good on them because it's like it's a whole student production, right? It's tough to, that's a pretty gutsy thing for them to do.
Yeah, I don't think if I would be able to handle people in my house, but they
How
were
many
like
days did you
so
shoot?
nice. We were given 4 days from the school because of our special effects.
Yeah,
Um, we had the day where we did like the autopsy room and all the makeup was done in like one day, and that was like the busiest day that for the entire production. I remember so exhausted after that, but all my friends were there and it was a great time. I think that was like the best part about it was just all my friends were there, you know.
mhm,
Productions I work on now, it's like often like people I've never met before, so you have to kind of get used to them throughout
sure.
the. But I think that's what made that film really great was I had all my friends there.
So Patricia Moser is your lead. Like
Yeah,
she's the key to your film. She's in every scene, and she's got to go through this arc, and she's got these scenes. And like, where did you find her? And obviously, an older character. So like, I'm
yeah.
I'm like one would assume that not the student production older actor who needs to pull off these scenes. I'm just doing the math as a producer. Like that's a tough find. That's a tough find. Where did you
Yeah,
find her?
that was really my casting director was Michael Gartshore. My producer was Jake Oates, and we were like looking we every I think like every week, like even like right before like right when we started casting. So we had like been really on it, but I can't remember the website we used, unfortunately. It was like we just used a casting website. There's a lot of actresses that I was like really interested in. But she had like a face, like it was like her expression was really what me and my producer and casting director when we were
Yeah.
looking, she was just like she looked the part. She could like kind of pull off that like that sadness. So
Mm.
like it felt so real.
And yeah, and so how is the process working with her? Because a lot of scenes too are she's by herself, right? Like
Yeah.
she's acting like to the camera or not to the camera, but like she's acting, that's not easy as well.
No, that was I think the thing when we shot the movie, I would sit with her, like I would go and talk to my crew and see how things were and stuff, but I would really sit with her for like a good amount of time, just going over everything and hoping, and she's a mother herself, so like to kind of get her, like talk, like direct her, I had to like kind of, I'd gotten to know her personally, so it was kind of saying a lot of hard things like, like imagine this is your son. And I don't know if you in the film there's like a corpse that's on the table.
Yeah,
I had that thing on set. So originally it was supposed to be in the bed, but we cut it out. Like she's supposed to pull the covers and then there's a rotting corpse in the bed. But so we had this like thing on set, this rotting corpse that I had made from like a Spirit Halloween skeleton and like some makeup we got on it. And I would show her this thing and she was always like terrified of it. So I'd always just be like, this is your son. Like
yeah.
I said her son's real name, like this is him now. And it was kind of like it made her like kind of like reveal like in like actually be in that moment. And yeah, maybe that's not like the best way to direct, but it worked, I think. And she did really well. I think like even afterwards it was really great, and she really liked the script, so that was like the big thing. She did, yeah. So yeah, it was.
So it was a good day. So did you, I'm assuming you showed her the film right now? She's seen the
Yeah,
film?
yeah. She saw it at the premiere when we showed all of our thesis films,
Okay.
and she liked it. I think she really liked how it came out.
Yeah. So tell me about post-production. So was it all student, like who did the sound design, did the editing, all students on
Yeah,
the film? Yeah.
yeah. So editing was like my editor, Danny Mitchell, she like I think like every day was working on it and doing new things, and I would give my notes and she would do a bunch of stuff. Like she was actually that semester, I remember, I don't know, I haven't talked to her since school, but I know like she was like grinding, like she would also be editing things for her job, and like she always found time to like work on this film. Like she was working like I think every minute of every day that semester for school work and this film. And
Like she already had a
like
job before she graduated?
yeah, she was like edit she was an editor. So like she was like did such a great job with the film. Like we would sit in the labs like figuring things out. We try a bunch of different things. Like the film was like completely different from like its rough cut. I mean, obviously, usually is
Yeah.
like that, but it was like she did such an amazing job. And also I can't help but like thank my professors a lot. Like Shannon Vieira was like really helpful too. Like she gave a lot of really great notes and was really helpful, and also helped me figure out like what exactly to do for like the paintings. Like she really helped me figure that out. Even my sound design professor, Garrett Kerr, was really helpful with a lot of the sound design stuff, and Kaz had been a lot of great help with like a lot of the production stuff, uh, and post as well. He had a lot of really great notes too. Sound mixing was really good too because my sound mixer, Christopher Goralski, like did the entire sound mix, but he actually did like his own like sound edit before he did the mix, where he mixed all like the Foley and the ADR stuff together. We didn't actually have that much ADR, but it was yeah, like he did like so much. He would stand up like all night, like drinking like energy drinks, just like working on it, and I would be there with him, and it was just like like my crew did such a great job in post and even in production too, and even in pre-production, like everyone really put like everything into the film, which was kind of like I'm very grateful for, because it's like I mean we had to do it for school, but it was
No,
nice
no, it's,
because
you
yeah,
don't see that often. Like I'm just being honest, right? Like
yeah,
there's usually some slackers, right?
yeah, and like we slacked off, I would say like a bit. I mean, when it got really late, and we're
No, but
just
I'm
like
what I'm trying to no, what I mean by slacker is that like someone who just really doesn't want to be there, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was grateful for that. A lot of people
Yeah.
were like dedicated, and a lot of them now, a lot of the people on my crew are doing pretty good things on their own, which is nice to see.
So what
Um,
are you up to now? What are you doing?
so now I'm like kind of focusing on doing more production design stuff, because I think one thing I learned from this film was that like I'm more of a art director than like a just a director. So a week ago, I just finished like production designing this feature film, which was like took up like was working on it for like 2 months, pre-production and then in production. That was pretty crazy. Now I'm production designing another short film called Pilastro. I don't know if I can say the name of the feature,
Yeah.
but yeah. So right
So
now
is
I'm
that what you want to do? Is that what you want to do as your career? Are you want to be a production designer?
Yeah, I like production designing. I like making the sets and designing it. But I'm also into animation. And that's another thing. So I directed a music video over the summer for my friend's band Torrent. Uh, and I directed it, and there's some animated parts I'm doing for it. And so that will be out close to the end of this month, October 24th. Under their record label, Paper Bag. So Paper Bag Records. So yeah,
So
I'm
you're on your
excited for
way.
that.
You're doing stuff. Like you're getting stuff done.
Yeah, I'm doing stuff. We'll see how things like what the future has to hold. Um, I
So,
don't
but
know.
we're gonna see you at the festival on October 30th, right?
Yeah, I'll be there for sure.
Yeah, it's a really good lineup of films. So I'm proud to show you. We'll do a Q&A with you afterwards.
Oh yeah, how does that work exactly? So like, am I? Because I'm my crew, like my friend Dre, like Dre.
Yeah, you can bring up whoever you want. There'll be a couple other filmmakers from the lineup. We'll just have the audience will just ask questions. So
Okay.
and we
Yeah,
record.
I don't know if I'm supposed to bring like a lot of people or
You can
like
bring up as many people as you want. You could bring one. You could bring your mom and nobody else, or you can bring your 20 people if you want. So it's up to you.
okay. Well, I'll see who's available. I've asked like a lot of the heads of departments,
Yeah.
so we'll see.
Yeah, it's a fun festival, so it's a really good lineup of films. Like it's a nice horror line, different kind of genres. So yeah,
Actually, yeah, for my film, is it like the best in the horror genre, or is it like in fantasy including and all those
it's
others?
well, what I did is that I just kind of I cherry picked your film. I took it from this festival and put it in the horror festival. So
Oh, I see.
yeah, because I just liked it, and instead of doing it in that festival, I wanted to do it in this one, if that's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, man. Well, congratulations. It seems like you're doing lots of stuff. I'd love to see what you do next, and looking forward to meeting you in person.
Yeah, me too. I look forward to meeting you and everybody October 30th.
Yeah. I don't know if you care. There's like we're both like Torontonians, and there's a big baseball game going on right now. So
Oh
we're doing a
yeah.
podcast. So
Yeah.
it's tied 6-6.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Blue Jays are doing pretty good. I'm actually happy
Yeah.
for baseball
Yeah.
now.
Well, it's tied 6-6 at the fifth inning. They were up 6-1, and the Yankees sort of stormed back and scored 5 runs. So
Oh, okay.
as we're doing this podcast.
It's gonna be tight. Yeah, I gotta see my dad's probably freaking out downstairs.
All right, man. Have a good one. I'll talk to you later, and we'll see you in on the 30th for the festival.
Okay, I'll see
Thanks,
you
man.
guys.